long ways away for DNMK. VYBN. I'm interested to see what their strat is. We've seen a lot of dualies in the server for all the pistol rounds. I'm expecting a kit and a dualie buy coming through for VYBN. DNMK, we'll have to see if they go for something more nuanced, more spread out across the map, more slow on the pistol round, if they'll go with reckless abandon like we've seen all too often throughout today.
We'll see. I mean, last map on Ancient, VYBN did not buy a kit. So we'll see if they go back into the kit again, or if they just go armor, dualies, utility. That seems to be the case. Double raid bosses, Wipeout and Dyvo, not a bad pair.
Triple raid boss, I'm going to call it that.
P250 on
P250.
natural, yeah.
Interesting. Might not do this justice. This is a buy for sure. We have two sets of utility, one flash on one player and a smoke and a flash on another. Those are Ruben and Dizzy. But the double dually super soldiers and the P250 super soldier are interesting. You can either combine the dualies and make them play cave / jaguar and put the other three towards middle / A, or you can split them up, put one in the cave, one in the donut. There's a lot of things you can do with this setup, but the main takeaway for me, and I think for you as well, is that there's no kit, and that means they're going to try to win this game with either A, a very quick and explosive retake, or B, outright by shutting these players down before they can get the bomb plant.
Well, it's a tech pause to start off map number 2, as we have a player disconnecting, so it might be a minute before we get back in. But, Nate, this buy is very puzzling to me. It's not something you normally ever see. P250 added to dual Berettas, all health armor.
Normally see double dualies with no kit. That's kind of the go-to. Yeah. 3 sets of Kevlar or 4 sets of Kevlar to round it out. And that's a little bit risky again because there's no kit. But this is going all in on the superior weaponry, which I think is interesting. I think it can definitely work out because of how many headshots we've seen a team like VYBN hit on pistol rounds. But the dualies throughout today have been notoriously hit and miss. They either shut things down from the first bullet to the last, finding 3 kills immediately, or they find nothing. And so I'm excited to see if they can find everything in towards wherever they go, or if they will find next to nothing. We do have a disconnection to the server, by the way. That's why we're delaying. That's why we're talking about this more than we would like to. But Boggs and I, we're prepared. You know, we've done Challenger League. We know how long delays can be, like 45 minutes at some points. And so right now, this is nothing. This is nothing. We're good.
Yeah, no, I've had delays that stem back to the classic Tuesday night CSGO update that delayed matches 2-3 hours. So this is nothing. This is a cakewalk. Have you ever done a cakewalk, by the way, Nate?
My family had no idea what it was. We did one once, and we got a terrible cake from it when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's kind of a similar experience to what I had.
I think it was a vegan cake, and that was like before the vegan craze, so it was really bad, you know? Like it was a bad cake.
You can make a good vegan cake.
This was before the vegan craze, you know? It was before like everything became readily available, before people started catering to the vegan lifestyle. It was just bad. My family didn't know what a cakewalk is. They got given a cake, like, oh yeah, nice. And then went home and tried it. I was like, oh, this is they're trying to give it away, I see.
What's your
favorite cake?
cake?
Nearly as bad? What's my favorite cake? Oh, this is a hard question.
No, my cake was like a grocery store cake. It wasn't terrible.
That's not bad. That's doable for sure. That's doable. You know, it's safe as well. Like that's great. That's great. I would say I don't know if I have a favorite cake, but the two that I always gravitate towards are either a really good like carrot cake or a red velvet. Those are my two favorites for sure.
Good choices. You ever had a really good flourless chocolate cake?
I have not.
It will change your life, Nate.
I know
changing cake.
Around here, the best cakes that I get are always from like a specialty store. They have like bund cakes. It's like nothing bund cakes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's a chain, so it's nothing special, but they have it's consistently good cakes, good bun cakes. So those are kind of the gold standard for me around here.
I just go to my mom's kitchen.
That also definitely works. I know my mom tried to cook a cake once, and she put like 3 times the amount of sugar in the frosting, and it was so heavy it pulled the cake apart. It literally fell apart, and there was a seam in the middle of it, and she put wooden dowels in it to hold it together. It was a sight to see. It was a sight to see.
Poor cake.
It was definitely a crime, I would say. That was
Yeah.
one of the most sugar-laden dishes that I have ever had the pleasure, I guess is the word I would use, to taste.
Baking is an art. It's an art and a science.
Artistic
It's
science.
something else. Yeah.
It
Just,
is.
I'll cook meat. That's my thing. I grill. I do meats. I don't bake.
I'll put chicken in the oven, take it out after a certain amount of time, and say, "Yeah, it looks good," and eat it. That's about it. That's the depth of my knowledge.
See,
Hopefully, how long is this? Have we ever played return to the server yet or no? I can't
I
tell.
don't know. I can't tell either. Because the HUD gets very angry when people DC. It kind of just freaks out.
I don't see any repeated
So-
names though, which is what I look for.
Yeah. So we might have everyone back in. Keyword
Fingers
might.
crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yes. But Nate, here's the trick with chicken. The average chicken breast will cook in about 28 to 30 minutes on 425.
Yep. That's what I go for. Unless they're freakishly large. I know my mom went to the grocery store yesterday. I said, buy some chicken. And she brought home a big, like a roll, like this big of the deli meat. Like you go to the deli counter and you get like full chicken breasts. There was only 3 chicken breasts in it. There was only 3. And they were each like a pound or more. Like it was absurd. Like it was mutated chicken breasts. Like they were huge.
That's not natural.
They were like this big. After being cooked. After being cooked, they were
No.
that big. Yes, it was
No.
a crime, I would say, how big those chickens must have been. Because it was a sight to behold.
That's not normal.
No,
That's not
this is not
natural.
normally. Check him, PC.
No.
Check him, Chicken Farm. Those chickens are not natural. It looks like we finally bought enough time, Box.
There we
It
go.
looks like we finally bought enough time. That was a struggle. Normally, when you get a tech pause, you're in the middle of the game. You can hype things up. You can talk about who has the momentum and what's going on. This was just a cold opening into a tech pause.
Yeah.
That's a lot harder to deal with.
And 2 teams we don't really have much history on either.
Yeah, that only adds insult to injury.
Yep. And we couldn't even segue into our classic talk about EG, which is like it's the safe button for North American counters.
Get angry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it
Look at
straight
this
through
B
caves?
split, though.
They're flashing through caves. They went through caves. Ruben found Zox, and now they know it's a B play. 2 dualies are in the caves. It's going to be an explosive and quick retake for VYBN. And we're wondering, was there a strategy in mind? It looks like there is. 2 are coming on the fast flank, but Connie lines them both up. The dualies either find everything or nothing, and in that case, that pair found nothing. dyvo finds one in response. Imongsa and Connie, though, find kills in return. Dizzy alone, reloading, stuck between 2. Imongsa takes away the pistol round, and that is another one going in the favor of a DNMK, this time on their T side of Ancient.
T side ancient pistol round converted for DNMK. In a very similar manner to how VYBN grabbed the pistol round against Bravado, just waltzing into a wide open B and then locking out the retake. So much pressure put towards caves, no pressure towards the ramp. Free bomb plant's already a victory. But VYBN are not going to force into this round, Nate. They're going to play it safe. They're going to just save everything they have, USP it out, and get guns up in the next round. They want to buy up in round number 3. Can't say I blame them. They want to get back into it.
They wanted to start here on the CT side, so they want to get the ball rolling as soon as possible. Dispel of the pistol rounds, because obviously they're not nearly as successful as they were in the first matchup of the day. Wipeout will get a Galil after finding one. A lot of USP headshots down towards A main to find that kill. That player holding the extremity. Question is, will he actually use the Galil or will he save it instead? Flash, well placed for Imongsa to go for the peak, dropping Ruben. Galil will challenge. Pixel angle, the headshot. Both players are here. Imongsa drops dyvo. And Wipeout now just spamming with the Galil, pre-firing out of desperation. He will find a second on the swing, not quite the third though. The lack of Kevlar really hinders him there in the spray. Second round expected for DNMK, but the Galil proving that the T side can bleed in the early goings.
It's still very early on, though. The gun round is the true first test for both sides. No op for either team either. So it's going to be full rifles. No kit for VYBN. Oh, boy. Opportunities to buy the kit, too. Only one Galil available on the opposition. We'll see if it comes back to bite him, Nate. full mid split. Connie 1 for 1, Ruben the one down first, but Natural eats a lot of damage on that engagement. Still has friends out towards Donut and towards House, but also tagged down to the red. Burning into the open. Nope, not even a chance to survive a Molly tick. Eliminated by the Flames. And man advantage to DNMK here. Ancient T side. Starting to look pretty good for DNMK. But Wipeout does bring this back to a 3v3. Natural's HP, though, an ever-present concern. Dyvo pushing all the way through Snake in towards middle. The flank is on, but surely DNMK are going to be ready for it. It's Ancient after all.
Natural is close up. This is an opportunity for the low HP player to find it. He finds one. That's the most that could be asked of him. That makes this doable. Bomb flank going down, but Dyvo on this flank. Oh, he's cleared. Imongsa perfectly turns, perfectly pivots, and wipe out the player towards the red doors. He found one there, but now he has to find two coming out of the temple. And both players have retreated into their post plan setup. 3 flashes on their belts as well. Makes this virtually unwinnable for VYBN. Keep in mind they lack that kit. Zox will push forward, beckoned by the fake. Wipeout will win the first, but on 21 HP, can he actually find it? And Mongsa will not rush so foolhardily. He will wait. He finds Wipeout, and he continues to find victories for DNMK. 3 in a row, and the first rifle round as well going the way of the T side.
3 and should be 4 unless VYBN have something special up their sleeve when it comes down to the pistol round. Deagle's 5-7, maybe another Deagle. Now Ruben's gonna not invest at all. Save that money. Use it for something a little more impactful than a Deagle or a 5-7. Being prudent financially.
Smart.
Oh,
Dyvo.
see that, Nate?
Might be an unwinding. The issue is the AK again is irrecoverable. Those kind of kills, they begin to mount up and they begin to death ball when you can recover the weapons, like that Galil in the second round, for example. That AK is quickly picked up and tossed away. DNMK still continue to pressure towards the caves. There are a bunch of CTs here, but again, the disparity in weapons probably what's going to do CT side in. 5-7 might just rush down when it does, but in the meanwhile, Leggy drops the second towards the B ramp. Natural now forced back all the way backside long, not even in a cubby. He'll press forward, try to find something around the flames. But Zox just inches forward nonetheless. Jump across. I like the idea from Ruben. Bait in for the Deagle to swing in response. But the shots do not connect. The connection is missed. And Dizzy is now in a 1v3. He has recovered a weapon. The 5-7 found that. I believe it was towards A main. Yes, it was. And this time he won't even attempt exits. He'll just try to survive for the following. DNMK, a very solid start on their T side. 4-0. VYBN will have another chance at bat in round number 5.
Having the 8K is going to be a nice little extra boost for VYBN, but the vibes are off again here. We saw some problems in their second half of Mirage. Those problems are carrying on here. But now they have an actual another chance with the op this time. That's what? Wait, hold on. Put a pin in that. Connie's gone and bought the M249.
Let's go. Let's go. I heard a pause. No, it's not. I didn't pause. They're talking. No, I like this. I like this. I love this.
I can get the Negev. I've seen the Negev be impactful. The M249 is useless.
No, Boggs. It's a vibe, okay? It is a vibe.
No, VYBN's losing 0-4.
Come on, man. Just give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's a maestro. Maybe.
It'd be like the first time I ever witnessed Cynic buying the Negev in a high-pressure match, and then all of a sudden Connie's going to get like 3 kills with it and be like,
oh, they restart the round. They went for a match medic. Or did they?
No.
Yeah, they did. They did. Maybe there was some other issue, or maybe it was
mistakes,
that.
Man.
I would have loved to see it. I would have loved to see it. But no, it's going to be full AKs. No op to challenge the likes of Ruben, but again, they haven't really needed it on the side of DNMK. They've been doing more than fine with the rifles. Full AKs, full utility. Good Not good, not great, but decent money in the bank. Raid at 1,800, Zox at 2,150, and Leggy at 4,300. Other two are struggling. It doesn't matter. If they can beat VYBN in round number 5, they should have a round number 6 as well. And that is a good start for VYBN on the CT side. Finally connecting some good early damage with the nades. Flash in, Wipeout doesn't get the kill. Does he survive? No, he does not. His teammate, dyvo, now has to do a lot. He's in the corner, dancing around the smoke. Raid knows it's a possibility. Who spots the other first? dyvo spots Raid is the answer. 4 versus 4. 4 versus 4 favors the T's, and there's no utility left for the CT side. They have some flashes, that's it. One smoke. At least they have kits, I guess, for a retake, but dyvo mollied out, can't really justify smoking that, or doesn't have the smoke for it, I should say. Zox drops dyvo. Natural does find Connie to keep things even, but again, an even man count that's not 5 versus 5 favors the T's. Zox pushing forward, tags one, but is taken down. Finally, Vibo cement an advantage. 3 versus 2. Vibes are feeling good at long last. And Amongsa both towards the side. Dizzy wins the duel versus Leggy. Amongsa now lurking towards short. He has a gap in the smoke. Had a timing too, but Dizzy's too quick with the shot. That's a big individual performance from Dizzy on the side of VYBN. 4 kills to his name and 3 in this round to get the team on the board.
On the board, finally. And they keep 3 alive as well. That's good for VYBN, as they finally get something going well in the vibes department. DNMK also pretty broke on the economy front, too. A Mac 10 to Galil. They do get the op on Leggy to try and counter Ruben. But still, it's a good start for VYBN. They finally get on the board here on the T side, or the CT side of Ancient. Good amount of nade damage onto DNMK as well. Push down. Smoke forward, Wipeout engages, and neither player will fall. Although Raid is down just above the red at 29 HP. Leggy hoping for a push. Will be granted. Just you're not double swinging an op here. All right, you're CT side. You don't need to double swing an op here.
He swings before the rechamber happens, then it's something, but
yeah, that
was a little too close for comfort. Yeah, it was a little too close for comfort. He's lucky to be alive. Ruben will flash, Wipeout in for a mid-round peek down the B ramp, it appears. He's setting up for it. Maybe in response to the utility dump for the execute, I guess is the call. No, yeah, there it is. He flashes him in. Wipeout sees nothing. Now it's time for a self-flash. Does he peek in? No, it's awkward. But they'll run in. Timing's everything. Wipeout looking the wrong direction. Raid almost catches the op with the smoke as well. Sight cracked wide open. Smoke. Gap in the smoke. Covered. And a 3 versus 5 retake on the cards for VYBN. Natural has a flank up towards top cat. His teammates behind him as well. But this duel versus Zox means everything. And okay. Zox, 1-tap dirt nap. Raid a second onto Ruben. Dizzy, the last alive, is headed for the hills. Never mind. He's heading for an early death. A Manxa coming out of the cave, coming out of Jaguar, finds the kill. And DNMK are right back in the winner's column. And they isolate that victory from VYBN in the round prior.
Good isolation of that CT round victory, and it's going to put VYBN back on a pretty rough buy. They'll be able to scrounge together rifles and utility, but there's nothing left in the bank. DNMK. Double op on T side? Ancient? This is honestly more puzzling than the M249. Double op on a T side of Ancient. It's already a hard enough map to op on the T side with. It's not like this is Dust 2 or Overpass.
I think they picked it up as well, to be fair.
They did, but you don't have to hold on to it. Leggy might just make everything go his way, though. There's 2 quick picks, and I don't think VYBN learned from the last round. Don't peek into the T-side op.
Not without utility at the very least. A flashbang, even then, it's still a very scary proposition. Natural again trying to flank in towards middle, finds one, neglects the opportunity, neglects the possibility, excuse me, of a second. He's traded. Dizzy. He was a hero before that got them on the board. Can he do it again? He's on 2 kills already. Just have Ruben to support. Ruben's in the cave. This is actually a very solid setup for the CT side. Good swing from Dizzy. He'll find 3, and again, 4 kills in this one. The last round they won, he found 3. VYBN do secure a second, but they can't let this be an isolated affair. They need to win more in a row and come back into this. Keep this in mind. This was the side they chose. They wanted to start on the CT side, and thus far, they are head and shoulders behind DNMK.
Head and shoulders, but they can start to pick up the pace here, close the gap, especially if they're able to win this one, Nate. That would put DNMK on a pretty rough bye. Half bye to a full force up. Bomb plant would probably be a big differentiating factor there. Natural, stuck in the open. There's no chance he's going to get out of there alive. Needed one at the very least. Couldn't find it. Now somebody's going to have to come up with a big hero play. Wipeout might just be called upon out towards mid-house. Ruben playing with fire in towards Donut. Leggy finds Wipeout on the rifle. Imanksa has Ruben's number, and Dizzy 1-2, make it a third, holding down the entry. Dizzy trying to be the hero again. 2 players left, and Dizzy's made the read, a sprint towards the B site. Connie dropping a smoke and playing around it. Dizzy through, spots the one, but he cannot get either. Still, Dizzy is putting up monstrous individual efforts. DNMK, they had everything, and then Dizzy decided to make it expensive.
Dizzy, 112 ADR for himself. His team needs to pick up the slack. This is a map where your CT Opper can find great success, and right now, the Opper for VYBN is sitting at 11 ADR. He's had an Op in his hand, I think 2 rounds now, if I'm not mistaken. And he has yet to find much, if any, success. He needs to pick it up. He needs to answer the call. His teammate definitely is. Dizzy, his back is breaking at this point. The team needs to answer the call. This will not be the round to do so. It is pistols. 2 Deagles and a 5-7. 1 set of Kevlar and Dizzy. Giving himself a shot as the raid boss. But this looks to be a 7th for DNMK.
It's a nice little cleanup there for Imanksa. Maybe another one as well. But not much VYBN can do in this round. Timeout. Got him a couple in isolation, but isolated rounds are not good enough, Nate. They need more. They need to string things together. And I think a big part of that is nobody is helping out Dizzy. It's just Dizzy and Dizzy alone. There's a nice exit from Natural, doing a little bit of damage, but it has no impact in the grand scheme of things. These kills need impact. And VYBN are lacking that. Dizzy's the only one who's really had any impact. Look at the ADRs across the board.
He's the only one above 50.
Yeah, and he's got double that.
105. The next closest is 41, and then 29, 18, and 10. The other one, VYBN on VYBN. Gonna make that punt as many times as possible. Too much of a freebie not to exploit. And DNMK have AKs, have an M4, no op on either side. In fact, DNMK might change up the pace. It's all 5 players towards A main. Connie a little bit further back, throwing utility for the pop, and there's no one on A site proper to stop this kind of take. There's a player Donut, the player now in CT spawn, stuck behind the smoke, but it's going to have to be a retake. Natural through the smoke naturally finds a lucky shot. They can't stop the plant. 4 versus 5, definitely manageable for DNMK.
Definitely manageable. Dyvo through the smoke, traded out by Dizzy, who only gets 1. Natural, another 3v2 to the favor of VYBN, looking to get another round on the board. Zox makes this one costly if they cannot hold on. Ruben does trade it back. Wipeout with the last, but 3 kills for DNMK is not too bad. Bomb plant plus money equals another strong buy. And VYBN are going to be scrounging around for everything to reinvest into the next round. Maybe just Ruben should stay on the rifle. Because I don't actually know if Ruben's gotten any kills in the op right now.
I don't think he has. Rifle might be more suited to him, and in fact, it would alleviate some of the economic pressures that VYBN face. DNMK, though, they have an op. I'm sure if it's dropped, then he'll have no qualms picking it up. The money of DNMK is actually hurting a bit. More than I would have expected, given the one-sided affair thus far in the game. They have 3 AKs, a Galil, and an op. And the money is pretty much gone. If they lose this round, VYBN could find a way back to a 4th and a 5th. By extension. Lucky, though. The op posted towards slant, saw the jump spot. If VYBN go for it again, that player could fall. Wipeout pressuring middle from the caves area. Jaguar area, I should say. Falls away, and this op of leggy. Oh, he almost found the timing on the player jumping by. Pixel angle. Good trade from Amongsa in towards the cave. Amongsa. Wipe out for that one. 4 versus 3. The execute will come through. DNMK. They do smoke off all the angles, but again, natural through the smoke, taps away one, and there's a gap in this smoke. The player in the first cubby finds the kill. The second as well, dyvo dives into the site, finds them both. And that is a 4th round on the board, and it should be a 5th as well, because the bomb plant was prevented.
Laser beams from dyvo in those last 2 kills, and VYBN being able to pick up the pace here, get a few more rounds on the board before the half swaps over is absolutely crucial. Winning this one clean would go a long way to helping out their economy and their chances in this half and into the next. Deagles on 2, Glocks on 3. Far from ideal for DNMK. Manka looking. We'll fall away out of donut. Flames roasting. Or out of main, not donut. Natural's in donut though. Natural spray. We'll get the B-hopping one, but the trade's there for Zox. It's not a bad bait and switch. Dizzy now is to hold the side alone. Ruben's got to keep an eye on mid, although support has come through. Naded hit, has to go back. Line up for Dizzy. 1, 2, Ruben's there, and a pair for both. There's the 5th round, relatively clean. Clean enough for all intents and purposes. DNMK, though, back in the buy zone.
Back in the buy zone, but that was a clean round that gives VYBN some confidence, gives them some economy behind them, some resiliency in the event of a loss. And Ruben is actually going to splurge. Or Dizzy shall splurge on behalf of Ruben, I should say. Op is purchased for the CT side, as they're feeling confident in it now. DNMK have no such sniper rifle to challenge either. So this op could be the leg up, or it could be a whiffed opportunity that gives DNMK the opening required. Only time will tell. The heavy lean towards Jaguar and Snake. With a passive B main hold, a nice pixel angle, but Ruben through the wall beheads him. The op is indeed worth it, and now a swing in towards caves in response. A shutdown from VYBN as they suddenly find the winning recipe. 3 and now 4 kills going unanswered, leaves just Zox alone. 1 versus 5, and this has been quite the wake up. A clean one from the likes of VYBN. They're 1 away from tying it up. They're 2 away from stealing the lead, and they should have an easy going in this round because it's yet another half buy from the T side.
Another half buy. VYBN starting to vibe out now, getting much more controlled, much stronger. Winning a lot of those individual duels. It's no longer just the Dizzy show too, which is the biggest thing. Everyone's starting to step up individually. DNMK back on the pistols again, as you mentioned. Its armor behind it. Good nade damage coming in from Natural on the first players through. Ruben not wanting to overstay his welcome. 1 into the sidearm. Duel Berettas as the sidearm for the op. It does not work for any, but Natural and Dizzy will clean up the mess. Zox with 1 more. Zox has been quite good tonight. And Natural, last one added to the tally, grabs the op for Ruben. Actually, no, goes for the AK. They got plenty of money. Don't need to buy an op. Or they don't need to save an op, but they could buy an op. Save the AK instead, because you can't buy that in the blue. Last round of the first half, and VYBN brought it all the way back. 7-7. They get to 8. It's a massive turnaround. And then their T-side pistol round was very good against Bravado. But it's the same kind of effect against DNMK. They can try and spring forward to a big lead.
Definitely could spring forward. The momentum is definitely in their favor. Shifting winds of fortune. It's aggression out middle for DNMK, doing what they do best. Aggression. 3 players out. Natural down below in towards Donut. Finds 2 pressing forward. Amangsa will find 1 in response, but the op of Ruben is now here. He's looking for something. Won't find the kill, but won't fall either. The AUG and Dizzy will take his teammate's stead where Natural left off, finding a 3rd. 4 versus 2. Connie and Raid. Last alive. It's the last one to have as well. No reason to save. Connie and Cave is enough to surprise one. Wipeout taken down. Yeah, the bomb is dropped all the way back in towards T-spawn middle area. So much ground to cover for them, and neither one is even attempting to grab the bomb. At this point, trying to fight via attrition. Granted, VYBN don't know that the bomb is down, but they'll still fight forward nonetheless and win the duels, might I add. 3 versus 1. Raid the last alive. Do they know the flank is an opportunity? Yes, Ruben is holding. That's an easy one. 8-7 a nice solid finish, a nice solid comeback. We'll see if DNMK can pick it up or if they will fall in the second half. Stay tuned. We'll see you after the break.
Hey Future Pros! Locking down mid as a CT can put you in a good spot in a round of Ancient. So let's check out the smoke incendiary combo that the Chad Sponge Birchall likes to throw. Get into the middle of the doorway just before the stairs. Aim to the vines at the extended leafy bit and throw your smoke. Then quickly position your crosshair at the tip of this leaf and walk forward and throw the incendiary instantly. These nades will surely make the T's mad and make them hopefully respect the util. If you want to change it up, you can also throw your incendiary at the same smoke lineup for a deep coverage of the elbow area. Good luck holding mid and make sure to throw your nades fast.
Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. VYBN pulling off a miraculous and convincing comeback in that first half. At one point down, 2-7 with 2 isolated rounds, something along those lines, and yet here they stand ahead 8-7 as they enter their T side. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and we know VYBN, they love the pistol rounds. DNMK do as well. If VYBN take this pistol round, they might just ride the momentum wave all the way to a quick 2-0 victory.
But they do need a pistol round. That's where it all starts. And that's something which they've actually struggled in the past 2 pistols against DNMK. No real struggles against Bravado, but there's a good start for Natural. Zox with 1 on the USP, traded out by Wipeout, swarming through Donut with teammates. Connie, the last man on towards A. A couple different angles to watch. Has not been cleared out by Temple just yet. Bomb plant attempted. Body block not going to work. Connie's got 3. They don't know where he is. Dizzy trades it back. It's a 1v2 for Dizzy. Be a 1v3 to clutch this one all the way up. Spots the first, goes back to Donut, turns his back to it, and he's somehow still alive. I makes a backstab, and we're all tied at 8. Here we go. DNMK have exercised whatever VYBN had going for them on the pistols.
They have 8 apiece, and DNMK now have the momentum. We saw VYBN go for 4 spies before, but in this map specifically, they have been averse to it. They're not going for those investments. Just a P250 for Dizzy and a flash for Ruben. It's like, actually, there's a deagle as well for Wipeout. Excuse me, but it's not the full investment we've seen before. I'm trying to get some pistol shots, some damage in. They could drop one of those M4s. It would be some pretty substantial damage as well. But a long way to go in this one. 3 MP9s and 2 M4s await them. Decent enough utility as well for the CT side. DNMK. They want to show us this was their map pick for a reason. Again, this map is T-sided on the global stage, but it appears, especially in South Africa, from what we can tell, this is a CT-sided map. So DNMK should be right at home here on Ancient. dyvo diving in towards red doors. Doesn't find anything with the Glock. Neither does his teammate Connie. Combines, finds a third. From Catwalk, Raid will make quick work of the final two. It is a collapse of the pistols, as you would expect. But we've hoped for at least a kill or two if you are a VYBN player.
Well, VYBN have the guns now. They're up against the bonus, but they need to win this one out, Nate. They can't afford to lose this round, or DNMK are going to be putting us on the fast track to overpass VYBN. They've got the AKs, they've got the utility. DNMK, MP9s, rifles, ready to roll. dyvo, first contact, Zox around. dyvo goes down swinging. There's three players in middle. Damage being done, but no kills back and forth. Only the opener. That nade's going to chunk Ruben down a decent amount more. Terrible start for VYBN on gun round number one. And unlike the first half, they don't really have a lot of racetrack to play with. They have to get out to a good start, or this one could end from right under their noses. Bit of snake play as well from Imangsa. Is starting to peek up forward. Ruben has not moved. But VYBN, they need an evener. They need a four-man versus four-man situation. They can't grab 4v3 in their favor. There's one for Ruben. Does he expect to explore to the left? Spots him out late! Actually, that's 4x3 peek right there. Raid takes full advantage.
Yep, must be a resolution diff there. The MP9 finds the kill, maintains the advantage. Was a rifle drop, but it might be recovered as well. Good dink from yet another MP9. These SMGs are deadly in the hands of DNMK. Dizzy in towards the cave halls. Will find one. But Imangsa is still on site, and he is not expected. He's not been known. He'll find one. Connie combines fire for two, and Connie, the final nail in the coffin on the second and final. It is 10-8. 3 rounds in a row secured for DNMK. They passed the first rifle round, and additionally, they do not let a bomb plant go through either. VYBN going to be on pistols as a result. Tech 9's Kevlar, a Deagle with Kevlar. Wipeout and Ruben. Ruben might save a little bit extra for an op if he's so inclined, and Wipeout going to follow his teammates as well. Deagle in hand to round out the investment. VYBN need something, at least damage, to try and prune the economy of DNMK, to give them an opportunity later on to really come back into it. This is not the best start. This is, in fact, the worst start. Imangsa chops away them all. The MP9 finds one as well. Get a little bit of extra cash in the bank. It's a clean, flawless, and succinct victory for DNMK as they are trailblazing through this second half.
They are running rampant here on CT Ancient, just locking it down. Looking so good. DNMK. What are they going to be able to do? Probably a lot. Still with 1 MP9. VYBN unable to do anything against this shore. They're breaking against it. It's Rocky Shoals. Look how much mid control they have. Zox is alive and able to kill. Holy smokes! That's a kill Zox should not be getting any day of the week, but somehow is able to. The confusion of flashbangs. Ruben does level it up to a 4v4. But this op, if it brings another one on the board for VYBN, can get the Moreau back in, but it makes as the angle, and Zox another!
Awkward. This mid-centric kind of hold and play from DNMK is yet to be countered by VYBN. They tried to go through the smoke in middle, and it was blinded by its own flash, if I'm not mistaken.
Or
2 versus 4. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A teammate. dyvo and Dizzy. A duo versus the 4 stack of DNMK. Imangsa, Zox, Connie, and Raid. And they can also recover that op towards the B ramp when the round expires as well. Where do VYBN go? They have a lot of map control, but Zox peeking in, gets the information. Oh, but not the shot. Some damage in, but not an outright kill. dyvo, it's one. Looking the wrong direction. They line up. Connie in towards Donut. Finds them both. The lead is extended to 4 rounds, and only 4 separate them now from a victory on map 2, from a third map of Overpass.
Their timeout used by VYBN. And This is almost their last chance, Nate. Because if they do lose this one, the lead becomes indomitable almost.
Impressive.
Yeah, and they're going for a half buy?
They need bomb points at the very least at this point. It's ugly. You hate to see it. The main issue right now is that none of the rounds have been close whatsoever. They have gotten it close in terms of like kills, but bomb plants are the critical factor on this T side. That's what makes the T side economy so oppressive, is that extra bit of cash in the bank from a bomb plant. And they have yet to find any success in that respect. So unless VYBN can turn things around very quickly, get some kills here and get a bomb plant, and then go from there with the rifles and actually win rounds, and it's going to be over very quickly.
Wipeout's rushing on in. Zox gets caught. Wipeout looking for more, but Dizzy gets felled in the meantime out towards A main. Only player that direction. Amangsa spots Wipeout swinging all the way through mid into CT spawn. Bomb being recovered by dyvo in the meantime. Connie pushed all the way through. Backstab on the cards, and Wipeout gets caught by Leggy. So now it's a man advantage back to DNMK. With all the information that it's not going to be B, or not going to be A, it's got to be B. Gotta be ready for it. Oh, the Deagle shot doesn't connect. Natural does get it on his third time of asking, though. And this gives a little bit more wiggle room for the T side. Hard to get a bomb plant down, but they should actually be able to manage this. Nade's way too late. And Ruben getting caught doesn't really mean too much. The bomb plant was the goal. They did accomplish it. It's how much more damage can they find?
A third would be critical, and even more on top of that would be more than could be asked. One for dyvo. He's natural alone. 1 versus 2. It is doable, but the shots aren't connecting. 3 kills in a bomb plant. Very big for them. That's all they could realistically ask for. That's actually meaningful economic damage towards the CT side, albeit they have so much money built up that it doesn't matter. It can be soaked up. But the bomb plant facilitates a buy with all the bells and whistles, including the op for Ruben. VYBN now can't afford to squander this opportunity. They're trailing by 5. They lose this without a bomb plant, they're going to be trailing 8-15, and that is just not a winnable situation. They have to put their foot down now, and they have to put a spat of rounds on the board in a row if they want any chance at coming back.
They've had a few second chances. This is probably their last. Ruben tries again. Does not connect either of those shots. Natural now clearing in. Leggy shut down by the rifle. A site relatively open. Donut kind of under the control of DNMK, but they're not going to go for it. Dizzy's going to pick up an op as well. Take a long-range duel as the bomb crosses to sight in the hands of Wipeout. That should go down momentarily. It's planted for Donut and main. Control needs to be taken. dyvo back into main. Spots out Connie, but loses that duel. Dizzy
the big one to
caught, would have been burned either way. This is just a collapsing of VYBN. Overpass. This has to be an overpass finisher.
At this point it does, but I guess the plant silver lining, VYBN will have a decent buy in the following, so they don't have to wait till 15. But yeah, 1 versus 4, definitely not doable for natural. It would require a 1 versus 4 ace. The smoke is down for good measure. It's not even required. Connie gets the kill. And 14 is secured. Op recovered as well. Not that it really matters. They have so much money in the bank. Their economy is bounteous. VYBN, at bomb plant, the loss bonus will give them a decent buy now in round number 23. But again, they have shown us nothing to be excited about on this T side. They have lost every single round, in fact, on this T side.
Yep.
It has been 7 in a row for DNMK.
It's been one of the most collapsed T sides I've seen in a while. VYBN. They had more success in their T side against Bravado. They got 1 round.
Fair.
It's getting rougher and rougher for VYBN. I can see why they probably would have liked to avoid this map here in this series. But DNMK...
That's where they should have avoided it, yeah. DNMK looked good, though.
DNMK looked good.
From
I say
dyvo.
that.
That was a really good shot, to be fair.
It was.
Zox dropped an opportunity, but again, this round is still far from over. Still 4 players surviving for DNMK. And they're getting aggressive once more. Connie going all the way through A main. Wipeout spotted jumping up towards Cat. He will get 1. Second, though, not to be. A Minx gets the trade. Still a man advantage, but There should be a read in. There are 2 players rapidly approaching this bomb site. Molotov makes it. Might stop the take. No, it won't. The op of Leggy also will not connect. It does the second time around. Dyvo, good trade. He makes it a lot riding on you. He walks right into the player, kills the bomb planter, but falls. Connie now in a 1 versus 1. That was a flurry of frags very quickly. Dyvo doesn't have the bomb to dirt, and he knows generally where Connie is, but he's going to go the long way round instead. Towards A is the call. I like it, but Connie has been on fire in this map. It's not going to be easy in the clutch.
Far from it. Gonna be pretty hard. No util. No mollies. No smokes. Makes noise. Reveals position. Dyvo. Blindside opportunity. Connie just able to skirt death there. Dyvo try not to overextend. Yes, but Connie with really good spacing. Good positioning. Messy duel. And Connie's got the kit. It's a 15th round for DNMK. VYBN cannot buy a round on their T side of Ancient.
Even with the max amount of money in the bank, they couldn't buy it at this point. DNMK looked indomitable. Whether it's a 1 versus 1, whether it's individual aim or team play, they have looked like the better squad through and through in this second half. That is now 8 rounds in a row. They're looking to make it 9. If there's a silver lining for VYBN, I guess it's that they got a bomb plant and they're on max loss bonus. It gives them a solid buy in round, what could be the last round, I should say, round number 24. But the op of Ruben has been lukewarm at best, and the AKs on Dyvo and Wipeout have been leaving us wanting. Leggy, a good start onto Ruben, who again is silenced early. Another advantage for DNMK in what could be the final round of the second map.
Spray's going around for damage. Dyvo opportunity. Naturals found another one. 3v3. Wipeout. Clearing in. Timing goes his way. Zox swapping from utility to rifle from the looks of things, or just quick swapping. One of those habits that can get you killed. Does right there for Zox. Connie and Leggy, though, still alive. Connie's been a magnificent player in these last few rounds. Leggy, solid on the op. Opportunity. Strikes. No. Wipeout. Wins the fight. Connie, 1v3. Will fall. The first of 7 required. First round on this T side as a whole for VYBN. It's a long route back in to try and get this one to overtime.
It's a long path, but you know what? The first round on the board is always the hardest. They finally got it. Albeit a little bit too late for my liking, but hey, better late than never. 5 AKs, good utility. Smart call. I don't want to see Ruben on the op anymore. Stop going for it. Go for the AKs, go for the rifles. That way you can play better with your teammates. They don't have to play around you. Going to be full M4s on the other side as well. The burgeoning economy of DNMK has been pruned back quite a bit. They're actually quite low. If VYBN can win another round convincingly, take down all 5 defenders, might be able to see a light at the end of the tunnel. They might be able to see an 11th round in addition. Good trades up the B ramp. Only 3 defenders remain. Now A makes it on the back of site. Dances around the smoke. There's also a teammate in tow. He'll find the first. He'll find the second. Bomb on site is yet to be attempted. Dyvo low. Will find one. Good shot on the first. Still more lurking. Raid is here. Good swing from Raid. Leaves just Wipeout on 24 HP in a 1 versus 2 clutch. And this does not seem feasible. Mollied off to add insult to injury. A player on the side. A player towards the second cubby at long. Sure, he has time, but he doesn't have the bomb. He doesn't have the HP. Doesn't have a lot of utility either. Things are stacked against Wipeout.
Everything's stacked against Wipeout here. Raid's gun barrel shows, but it's part of the bait. Because Wipeout's going to cross unwitting into the crosshair of Zox. And that'll be a 16-6 in the favor of DNMK. We are going to a third and final map of Overpass tonight, folks. We're not done just yet. DNMK looked a completely different team here on Ancient. So confident, so strong.